Out of my way, peasant.
My God, what are you doing?
Unhand you? Oh. Boosh. Boosh.
Are you insane? Stop attacking immediately.
Oh, you got punched.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
Ah!
Oh, no. Oh, run. Yeah, run, boy. Run. Run. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you scared now? Oh, I'm coming. Hey, I'm still here. I broke him. Let's see what happens if I hit him again. Yeah, he's broken. If you haven't heard of Assassin's Creed Nexus, then I hope you're enjoying your time in the frozen forests of northern Alaska, because you'd have to be pretty far away from an internet connection to not know that Ubisoft made a VR game. This is kind of a big deal game. Look, I want it to be good, right? I really want it to be good, but I have a sneaking suspicion that it's gonna be a little bit tech demo-y. One of the first things you're going to encounter in this game is a menu, one that asks you about your comfort level with VR, and for a game like this I was expecting them to play it pretty safe, but to their credit they do have pretty much every option ranging from first timer to experienced immersion seeker, which tells me that Ubisoft really did their homework. Like, I can't wait until like virtual desktop is like this, where like your desktop is like literally 3D objects like in space and you can just like touch it. Bro, it's gonna be so cool. After that, we get some linear tutorials, then you're dropped into the first main mission that takes place at Villa Altidore, where you get your first taste of real freedom, and by that I mean you're in a small town with a couple of parkour challenges, some collectibles, and really only one place to go, which is towards the main mission. So like, they claim that this is like a fully fledged Assassin's Creed game. But let's be honest, if this was a fully fledged Assassin's Creed game, I'd be able to go over there. It wouldn't do this. I wouldn't just be like hard blocked by an invisible wall. Now, when I finally got here and was able to experience the movement mechanics to their fullest, I actually quite like them. It's a pretty basic hold button and run forward to do parkour, similar to the controls of the flat screen Assassin's Creed games. The big difference being when you fall short of a jump, you have to reach out and grab the ledge yourself, and if done right, you're rewarded with a pretty smooth movement experience. Bro, let me up, come on. Game broke. 2 out of 10, game is broken. Now, the reason I like this is because with an open world game like Assassin's Creed, you're probably not going to want to make every action manually. A good example of this is a game like Battle Talon, where you're asked to swing your arms with the right timing to get a good jump and actually make every jump yourself instead of just holding a button to enter Naruto running mode. With Battle Talon, you can have smooth parkour, but it's a much harder thing to accomplish. I think the way that AC Nexus does its parkour is suitable for the world they've created, and it makes me feel like the free-running badass that I've come to enjoy from the flat-screen games. It's easy to pull off, but it still takes some finesse and consistency to get right.
When you strike, you will need to be certain to hit your target.
Just let me do
so
it.
Keep a steady hand. Now focus on your target and jump when you feel
The combat is a similar story. Instead of the full physics-based attempt at realism we see with games like Blade and Sorcery and Battle Talon, Nexus opts to do something similar to what's seen in games like Until You Fall, where you're prompted to slash, dodge, and block with the correct timing to get the results you want. The major difference being that Nexus is a lot looser with the actions you need to take. For example, when parrying an enemy, you don't need to swing at a specific angle, but you do need to time your swing with theirs in order to pull off the parry. I think that this form of combat is enjoyable because it has a clear set of rules and rewards for the actions I take, instead of something like the physics-based gameplay of Battle Talon, where sometimes it just feels like a free-for-all. It's not all perfect though. I think the enemies need to hold space a little better, and they need to be able to block my attacks more effectively when I'm just wildly swinging at them. That would force me to actually use the more rewarding mechanics. This form of gameplay makes me feel like I can actually use a sword, where sometimes the physics-based games make me feel like I need to spend the next 10 years in a Shaolin temple to actually get good. I think it's summed up well by how the throwing knives are used. In Nexus, your blades go pretty much exactly where you intend them to. The lock-on method of Nexus makes me feel like the knife-throwing expert I want to be, but I will say I could have done without the lock-on mechanic for the bow and arrow. For that, I'd prefer more arrows and less aimbot.
I must be missing something.
It's gotta fit in there though,
I must
right?
be missing something.
Ezio, shut up. I know I know. Like, you don't have to say it 10 times. Sheesh. Is it this? Am I missing this? Oh. Oh. There you go. Easy. Alright. Now that we're done with the movement mechanics and the combat, let's take a look at some of the major problems I found with this game. And that should lead us into how this game fits into the greater industry as a whole. Looking forward to the open world experience that they were promising. Definitely doesn't feel like that yet. One of my big gripes with this game is the open world claim they seem to make across all their marketing. Now, if you're a VR enthusiast and you see open world on a Quest exclusive game, you know what you're getting into. But imagine for a moment that you're an Assassin's Creed fanboy. You might see this and think that Ubisoft made a fully fledged VR Assassin's Creed game, and you'd probably be pretty disappointed when you found out that it's more like Assassin's Creed the Disney ride than it is like any other AC game. Embody 3 legendary assassins in this all-new full-length Assassin's Creed action-adventure game. Full length. 15 hours. Full length? You see how this could be a problem for new people coming into the VR industry? This game is 15 hours at the most, and compared to any other AC game, it's not even close to a full-length title they claim to have made. But if you know VR, you know most single-player story titles fall into the 10 to 20 hour mark, so the marketing isn't lying per se, it's just misleading for any first-timers out there. Feel the exhilaration of parkouring freely across expansive open maps. Expansive. Open. Dude. 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 Expansive. These kind of games that have big development teams and big IPs attached to them are what's going to drive a lot of people into the VR industry, but developers have to be honest with their customer base about what they're getting into, which really is an Assassin's Creed experience where you get to step into the shoes of your favorite assassins and not at all a full-length Assassin's Creed title. What this shows me is that the bigger gaming companies are interested in VR and do want to put their foot in the door early and build hype around the future of this content, which will hopefully be an actual full-length Assassin's Creed game in VR, and it does give me a lot of hope to see things like this come to market. I'm just hoping that they don't push away new people who find out that they bought a VR headset for a 15-hour experience and not the full-size titles they're used to on flat screen. I know a lot of people will do their own research before buying this, and I do think it's on the consumers to check things out before you put down the cold hard ones on a big purchase. But I know, and Ubisoft knows, that some people won't do that. Let me know in the comments below how you felt about Assassin's Creed Nexus. Were you disappointed, or was it more than you expected? Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. There once was a man named Ezio. He had a bedroom in the attic of his home. His sister was mean. She kept the house clean. Servants around. Didn't do anything. One day Ezio found himself in a VR game. That VR game was kind of mediocre. But you know what? It's good enough, I guess. I'll write a script or something so that I can voice my opinions on the internet that nobody probably really gives a crap about, but I still want to, but I'd like to make videos or something. Okay.